Welcome to Part 9 of our training series on sacramental record keeping in the Archdiocese of Seattle. In this session, we're looking at name indexes in sacramental registers. A name index is provided at the front of each register. It lists each person's name along with their corresponding page number. Indexing entries is required because they make it much easier to locate specific records, and it can also help cross-reference information from other registers or supporting documents. Most names follow a simple rule. Enter the last name first, usually inherited from the father, followed by a comma, then the first name, and middle name if it appears on the birth certificate or baptismal record. For example, Teresa Lin Chang is indexed under C as Chang, Teresa Lin. We only enter a hyphenated surname if the person uses it consistently and formally, for example on their baptismal record, civil documents, or legal ID. When a hyphenated name is used, treat it as a single surname and index it under the first part. So for example, Richard Davis Tran would be listed as Davis Tran, Richard. Similarly, when indexing Spanish compound names, keep both surnames together. The first surname is the father's, the second is the mother's. In this example, Jorge Garcia Hernandez is indexed as Garcia Hernandez, Jorge. Garcia is the paternal surname, Hernandez is the maternal surname, and Jorge is the first name. Always list the two surnames as one unit, followed by the first name after a comma. When indexing names that begin with prefixes, remember that the prefix is considered part of the surname for indexing purposes. Always index these names under the first letter of the prefix, not the word that follows it. Looking at our examples, Leonardo DiCaprio is indexed under D for DiCaprio, not C. Similarly, Maria von Trapp is indexed under V for von Trapp, not T. This applies to all prefixes like D, de, von, van, la, le, etc. Be careful with this rule, as it's a common mistake to ignore the prefix and index under the main part of the surname instead. In marriage registers, both the groom's and bride's names are indexed. The standard format is groom's name first, followed by a slash, then the bride's name as it appears in her baptismal record. Some parishes also add a second entry under the bride's name, for example, when someone is searching for her record but doesn't know the groom's name. This extra entry isn't required, but it can be a helpful convenience. And that wraps up this session on name indexes in sacramental registers. In the next video, we'll cover appropriate access to sacramental records, who can request them, what can be released, and how to handle sensitive cases. We'll see you there.